Can anyone vote?
Everybody should vote.
I think it's important for everybody who's able to vote to vote.
So before you vote, the first thing that you have to do, does anybody know what the first thing you have to do before you can vote?
Register.
That's right, you have to register to vote. And in order to register, you have to be 18. You have to be a resident of your city or town. You have to be a citizen. And you can't have committed a major felony, which is like a major crime. But one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that you don't have to know how to read or write to register. And even if you have a guardian, you can still go and vote. You can't in Massachusetts decide the day before the election that you want to vote. You have to register 20 days ahead. One of the things I think that people say sometimes is, well, you can't vote because you don't know what's going on. So it's up to you guys to figure out what's going on, right?
What brings you here today?
Well, I feel very strongly that people should vote, and so when I was asked to be part of the panel, I wanted to really talk about how people need to choose issues that they're very passionate about.
There's a lot of people out there, people with disabilities and people without disabilities, that register to vote, but then they don't pay attention. They don't really have anything they're passionate about. And when they go to vote, they vote for somebody because maybe he's cute, or maybe she's pretty, or maybe they live down the street, or maybe they heard them talk, or maybe their daughter sang American Idol. It doesn't matter. But the point is, though, when you go to vote, you really want to make sure you're voting for somebody because they're passionate about what you're passionate about.
Where do you work, John?
I work at the State House in Boston for Representative Tom Senator. I'm also a volunteer and intern for Tom Senator, and I've been there for 2 years. How to participate in the legislative process. Voting. That's why we're all here today. 8 million legislators, California legislators, write to your legislators, attending rallies, lobbying in person.
What brings you here today, John?
I came here to let people know how to vote and get connected with their legislators and senators.
It's not about the person. It's about values. It's about what we care for, what we care about, and what we fight for every single day. That's why we vote. Because we believe that times can get better, that the problems that we're facing now can be improved and succeed, and there's a lot of reasons to vote.
You need to have a voice. You need to get out there and let them know and make sure they have a conscience to make sure that they support your issues. Because if you don't do that, no one else will. You want to vote for people that have compassion and don't mind sharing their resources and making sure that everybody is a community and everybody helps each other in a community. Because that's, in the end, that's what we are. And if you don't take part in that, then we can't have a community that's compassionate and all help and all work together to help each other.
How can members of the community volunteer to be helpers?
You know, that's a really good question, because when people run for office in politics, they often need people to help. Like, you'll see if you went to vote on Tuesday that outside the polling place there were people holding signs for auditor or treasurer or for different offices, and anybody can help hold signs. So when people run for office, they need help. They need help for people making phone calls. There's something called canvassing, where you go from one house to another and you tell people that you think that they should vote for a certain thing. And if you volunteer, then the people who we elect get to know you, and so your issues become more important to them.
People all have the right to vote. A lot of people with disabilities forget that they have that right, and I think it makes them feel like part of the community because they are part of the community. So it's a really important thing to do.
Yeah.
A lot of times people with disabilities or people who don't speak English well, a lot of times they don't vote because they think that they're not going to know how to do it. And so it's really important that people can ask for help. And sometimes if you go to vote, people will say that it's something that you have to do in private and that you can't bring somebody to help. But there are laws that say that anybody who wants help can get help. So you can't let anybody tell you that you have to vote by yourself. You can always ask for help to vote. I think somebody today here said it well. If you don't vote, then you can't complain. You can't say, I don't like this or that if you don't vote, because that's the way you make your voice heard.
Thank you very much to let our voices join as one to make a difference. Thank you.
Go vote.
Go vote and make the best man win.